as someone who's gotten into Kanye after he got weird,
That's good.
As somebody,
his old shit is insane.
as somebody who had to draw the line previously as you wouldn't like Kanye because of how bad of a person, is now had to ethically move his line.
I had to walk it back. I don't own that.
That's tough, my guy.
And you know what? Welcome back to the Slop Review.
Slop Review.
Where we all listen to Kanye.
I don't listen to Kanye.
And commit tax evasion.
And got his glasses fixed.
What?
And got his
Yeah,
glasses
he did get his
fixed.
glasses.
Oh, he did get his glasses fixed. Pray for my boy.
He believed in her.
The very first wall, his glasses broke.
And then
I
he
can
had
see how that happened. I've had some close calls.
It's
but,
funny
Yeah,
because
your
like
glasses are a lot thicker.
What part broke on?
They're not. The lens popped out.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I would have been really mad if he did a 5.10. I was a little praying for his downfall because I was like, he cannot climb for the first time in a few months and be like fighting through fog
Was
of
he
war,
on?
climbing a wall. Yeah, he was like climbing walls without glasses. Like he couldn't see.
He was good. He's a good climber.
He's a
Not
good climber.
surprising. I feel like he's built for it.
And apparently he climbs a lot.
Oh,
He does just bouldering though. He
Okay.
has a spot.
yeah, he seems like a boulder head.
Real boulder head's been getting this one.
Yeah, when he had to climb to the top of to get his money.
I hit him in
That's
beat.
another beep.
It's a sneaky one.
How
I gotta
long
remember
before a
this.
Slop Review just turns into us talking about climbing?
Oh, it already has.
I know, but like for
Episode
a
4.
long period of time.
Probably episode 5.
Nice. All right, let's
Whenever I hit a
let's
new-
move on.
Whenever I hit a new peak, we'll talk about it. I would like to go first.
Okay.
I have a very important reason to go first. A recent event happened in the manga world. It's making waves.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
I was 2 years clean, and I have to confess that I broke Edge this week.
Oh no.
I'm
Is this
so
what I
happy
think
for
it
you.
is?
I'm disappointed in you, but I'm happy for you.
This week, I caught up on a manga called Kanojo Oka Rishimasu, also known as Rent a Girlfriend.
I was right. Alright, well, that's
dude,
good.
I was literally like, we need to talk about it, but I can't be the one that reads it.
I caught up on Rent a Girlfriend. I'm realizing right now I didn't write down the author's name. I just wrote the letter W because I forgot it. And I don't care. he does not deserve my
He's
sympathy.
active on Twitter. He is a terrorist.
Send
Now-
him hate mail.
I have read every chapter of this manga. There are over 300.
Before we continue, did you reread or did you just like start in?
I started where I left off.
Okay,
I read about 80 chapters.
so not too bad.
It wasn't horrible, but it was pretty horrible.
Well, it's pretty bad considering what it is.
It was
but-
actually awful.
yeah.
It was, wow, I had forgotten how bad it is.
Yeah.
It is unreadable.
He's
So much worse than I remember. I would take any slop over this again.
Oh boy.
I am broken.
So to reiterate, I read about 25 to 30 chapters of Rent a Girlfriend a few years ago, and dropped it because I had a feeling that because after the movie arc, which is where the manga's good, is up to the movie arc, and then after that, it could go in a good direction. Instead, it like completely like, right faces back to the same exact thing, and then at that point, I was like, it's just gonna keep doing this, and I dropped it, and I was right.
So, do you guys know in chapter terms where the first season of anime ends?
I think it's around 50, 60.
Okay. That's effectively as far as I know the story.
Because I watched season 1 and then I read the rest of it to catch up.
Ooh.
And then I read it weekly for like 2 years.
You did.
It was a long time.
Yeah, remember
And
how
then
much
I
you
got- I got-
both dreaded and looked forward to Rent a Girlfriend updating at the same
It
time?
was every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday. Now I got Chainsaw Man on Tuesdays. I'm a little
So
happier.
okay, wait, is Rent a Girlfriend like actually done?
No.
Okay.
Listen, I have a lot of thoughts, but I will start. The ending is the most pressing thing. Have you heard about this?
A lot of the issues I've heard is that the main character is an incel.
Have you heard of what's happened now?
No, I don't keep up with this.
Should
god-awful
we
series.
actually go over the plot of Rent a Girlfriend super quickly?
Probably.
Alright, his name is Kazuya. He rents a girlfriend called Chizuru Mizuhara.
This is a whole business for the record. That's like
This is
Yeah.
a real business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts with him breaking up with his girlfriend. He rents a girlfriend,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is Chizuru.
His girlfriend dumps him.
because he's an incel.
'Cause he sucks. He's
Yeah.
the worst character
Chizuru
ever.
is a baddie.
Chizuru is a baddie. She kind of also sucks, honestly. Not as like a human, but just has a written character because it's Rent Your Girlfriend.
Yeah.
The author has no talent.
She's like generally like an okay person.
Yeah, she's a good person.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing interesting about her. And then Kazuya, I don't remember how it happens initially. He just starts lying a lot. And he's like, she's my real girlfriend. And then they just have to go with it.
Yeah.
And that's the plot of Rent-A-Girlfriend. Fast forward 370 chapters.
Yeah.
Well, multiple other women get involved.
Yeah, including a high schooler.
Yep.
Someone who can barely talk.
And he's a college student.
And another child, I think. No, she's not a child. She's only 2 years younger than them.
And then the main character's like a college student, I believe.
Yeah, he is. The recent news that you'll see if you're on certain spaces on Twitter, you will see this everywhere.
It's crazy.
Rent-A-Girlfriend is ended. It is over.
Really?
The
Okay.
last chapter came out, and it's a bad ending.
This is not surprising.
They do not get together.
Okay.
Now I'm here to tell you, as someone who read it, it is partly bullshit.
Okay.
First of all, it's not the last chapter. It's still going.
It's
Anyone that says it's the last chapter is just lying.
Okay.
They're just wrong. There is more. I don't. This might not even be close to the end. It's really inconclusive.
Well, isn't he a very circular writer? Like, the main character will learn a lesson, and then he will unlearn it.
That's the problem with Rent-A-Girlfriend, is that it just goes like one step forward, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or maybe even 2 steps back.
It's 2 steps forward and then 2 steps back.
Yeah.
It never moves. It's one of those 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and then 1 step forward in the next arc and then 2 steps back. Where in this convoluted way we've come back down around to square one.
And maybe this time it's 1 step forward off the stool and he's fucking dead.
Where we're at now
That'd be an
is 370 chapters in. They've gone on their first real date.
Which is like a third of One Piece.
Not quite. It's actually very slightly under.
Right. Close enough.
It is close enough. I just thought it'd be funny to say no. Is One Piece is long.
One Piece.
Fuck this guy.
Dude, don't be mean to me, bro.
I don't like him.
Anyway, keep going.
I don't know if I can.
I'm battered.
They've gone on their first real date, 300 chapters in. Not as a rental
Unpaid,
thing. Now, I think about 120 chapters ago, Kazuo was like, I'm in love with you for real, though. Like, for real. And she's like, I have to do my investigation. And we've been in 120 chapters of investigation. She's investigating a lot. It's just nothing. It is just a nothing burger. And this one, they do this whole date, and Mizuharu's like, alright, at the end of this date, I finally have to give him my answer on if I'll date him or not. And the answer she gives him is she's like, I think I am in love with you, but I will not date you right now because it's the wrong spot in my life because I have work and school and stuff. But she leaves the door open. And there's another chapter coming next week. So this is nothing.
So it didn't end.
No, people have been freaking out about this. When the transcripts of the chapter got leaked a couple days early, people were like, oh my god. Like, this has been going on for a week now, and it's just not true. It's still going.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an allegory for the manga itself. It's a nothing burger.
That's every arc, by the way.
Yeah. Wow. This might encompass this manga
is kind
better
of poetic,
than anything
actually.
else. Now, in my catch up, I wrote a few notes. The first one is that Kazuya, I haven't spent a lot of time with him recently. I come back to visit him. I'm like, damn, it's been 200. And when I picked it up, it's been 250 chapters. He hasn't changed at all still. Every chapter is still just him in his head being a cuck and an incel. It is a miracle. I was like, it's the same as the day I left it. Nothing's changed. He has not gotten anything better. He hasn't gotten better at all. 85% of the dialogue in this show is in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it takes place in his head. There is nothing going on. I said Kazuya is neurodivergent and a minor. I don't know why I wrote that.
I don't know about the minor part, but he could definitely be on this.
100%. Oh yeah, on this date, they do like a fortune teller thing that's supposed to tell them their like compatibility score. And Mizuharu's like, yeah, I've been on this like 5 times on rental dates. She's like, I scored a 95 with this guy once. It was crazy. And then, big reveal, they score a perfect 100. Oh my god. And it's like a big deal, even though it's just like a machine.
It would have been way funnier if they got like a 3.
It would have been so funny if it was like it was 0.
They just like you gotta go.
Or they could have gone realistic and it would have been 99% or something, but no.
It is crazy that the main character never gets better.
No, he doesn't. He
Ever.
He just like is so fucking every single like page has a spot in his head where he's just thinking, he's like, wow, Mizuhara looks so good right now. Every single page of every chapter of this manga has one of those. Every page. I'm like, dude, I don't fucking care. I can see. I'm looking at it. This is a visual medium.
I have heard, so apparently the author of Rent-A-Girlfriend, very very well known, is like, Mizuhara is my wife.
I've been following this.
Like, it's not a self-insert necessarily, but like, he draws a lot of art. Like, apparently he like rented a home or something, and would like took pictures and then drew her into them.
I don't know if the rented a home thing is true, if he rented a place for that, or if it was just his house.
Yeah, I don't think that.
But yeah, he
matters.
took pictures of like his living room and then like drew Chizuru in there for fun, and then he tweeted that with the caption like, "Chizuru is my wife."
So
like,
like,
honestly, that might be the most base thing he
honestly,
ever
I
did.
thought that's kind of
but
hilarious.
I thought that was
Making up a
awesome.
character
it
for
means
yourself
that,
to
like,
marry.
he has conflicted interests because he's like cucking himself in a
And
way.
it's like, the issue is, if we want to even talk about interesting authors, I would just rather read about what like Fujimoto's up to.
Yeah.
That man ate his pet fish. He ate
Cool.
it.
Did he turn it into sushi?
He dug it out of the ground and ate his goldfish raw because he
That's
didn't
sick.
want an ant to eat it.
That's kind of
That's so much more interesting than Chizuru is my wife.
It's giving Ozzy Osbourne, but Ozzy Osbourne did it for the spectacle. He just did that
He
shit.
just did it because he didn't want ants to eat
And
his
that's
fish.
awesome. That's way
Ants
cool.
He
hate
does it because he's just fucking, he's weird.
Dude,
Awesome.
that's
I love that
beast.
guy. He's way cooler than Ozzy.
Fujimoto's awesome.
Fujimoto
What
is
did he
Chainsaw Man,
write?
right?
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
And Fire Punch.
Dude, there's
This makes sense.
I know of 3 Fujimoto manga. There's Chainsaw Man, which is diabolical. Fire Punch, which I think is even more diabolical. Like, I think on like the insanity scale, at least from like part 1, Fire Punch is crazier than Chainsaw Man, in my opinion.
Yeah. The first half of Fire Punch is pretty equal.
Yeah.
Then the second half of Fire Punch, when they do like the tree shit, like,
It's like, what the fuck is going on? And then the third one that I know of is just like a very normal romance.
he's the GOAT, dude. He can do
That
it all.
sounds so funny.
Fujimoto might be the GOAT.
He
might
might
have
be
to
the
read some
GOAT.
of his
He
stuff.
might be the
You-
greatest.
You would actually probably like Fire Punch.
Fire Punch
Okay.
is underrated. It
You
is
would
Because
good.
I love
You-
the strange.
You would like the first half of Fire Punch. Second half might be a little too weird for you.
No
'cause
way.
We'll see.
I don't like the
I
second
I
half
did get
of Fire
weirded out
Punch.
by Lane.
I do want you to
Oh.
weigh into Fire Punch because first half is my favorite and his least favorite. Second half is my least favorite and his favorite.
I don't know if
love
I got weirded out by Lane because it's Lane or because I had just watched Steins
You
Gate
just weren't ready for it.
and I was tired.
You weren't ready.
I think I could go back.
Fire
into-
Punch
into
second
Lane.
half. I get why you don't like it, but I read it and I was like, oh, Evangelion prepared me for this.
Maybe.
I was like, it's made my brain weird enough to be
There's
like,
so
oh
much-
yeah, they're a tree now. That makes sense.
So if
Yeah,
I roll
actually.
back and I hit Lane, do you think that prepares me for what Fire Punch?
I don't know
could do to
if
me?
Lane translates as well, but you can try.
But like, is there some degree of strange?
Lane is strange.
Yeah,
Lane
It's
is-
but probably a different strange though. I assume
It's a pretty different strange, but it is still sort of like there is meaning behind it, but you have to like really dig for it. It's very
like
nonsensical.
Lane and Monogatari are the same level of strange, like kind of strange, not level, kind of strange.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Maybe.
I've seen one.
Wow, that
Season
is
of
the toughest
Monogatari.
question we've ever had on the show, dude. I gotta think about that for a
Unanswerable.
while.
kind of. I don't know.
Dude, I'm so fucking mad. 80 chapters, bro.
It's crazy that he just refuses to allow it to progress. To
It's
the point,
awful.
I think he started working on another manga.
He did for a while. I don't remember what it was about.
I
don't
remember.
care.
I remember all the outrage for when season 2 of the anime aired, and everyone realized what the manga had been doing. I think,
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
and then everyone was like, "Wow, this is abysmal dog shit." And I was like, "Well, this show exploded," and I just didn't watch the second
Winter
season.
Girlfriend had one good arc. Out of that whole 379 chapters, I think it is, one good arc.
Yep.
And even then, it wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but like,
It was solid.
if that had been, if there had been like one more arc after that of them basically getting together and then being done, it could have been like a good enough package with good art. But instead, there's 372.
Keep burping.
I do like online how like people are tweeting about how like, you know what, this is kind of a beast message because he paid her a shit ton of money, paid her to date him, and then she still said no because women don't owe you that.
It'd be
And I'm
cooler
like,
if she
you're-
just left. Though.
Yeah, but I'm
But she
like,
didn't.
I was like, you people are right, but you have to understand this is A, not the ending, and B, you need to stop calling Rent-A-Girlfriend feminist literature.
It's not.
You need to stop using that term. If you actually read this, you will change your mind so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, surely they just like look at the artist's Twitter for like 10 seconds.
Look at the Twitter, read a single chapter, and be like, oh, every single woman is written so shallow.
Yeah, it ain't good.
I think it's one of those stories that's so aggravating because there's potential for interesting like.
Mostly because he's such a
questions.
good artist.
He's a pretty good artist at times. I actually, you know what? Going back, I'm like, he fell off.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I remember certain panels being like, "This is the most insane panel ever,"
There
and
were
then
some good ones. He doesn't chef it up quite.
he doesn't do the drip panel anymore.
You know who really min-maxed the drip panel?
What?
Komi-san.
They did
That
kind
makes
of, yeah.
sense.
They do like slop style and then like a drip
And
panel.
then popped the fuck
They kind of
off.
did that in the anime too.
Did they really?
Because there's a lot of the scenes with Komi is just her with her big eyes and like no mouth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which makes sense to animate. I think it's kind of like
They do that in the manga.
It's also
too.
stylistically similar to the manga, so.
right, which makes sense, and it's like whatever, and then you just randomly get a cut. She just like mogs the hell out of everyone,
Yeah, it's the exact same
and
in
it's
the
like
manga.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
It's like the artist tried for one page.
right.
On the art, but on the story.
Yeah, on the story.
Komi-san is
I don't
better
know
than
what
Rent a
you're doing
Girlfriend, but
I don't even want to think about that.
I don't
Another
want to
hot
think
mom.
about that.
I don't want to think. True.
True.
She is up there.
True. But like,
Komi and like Chikamori live in the same spot in my brain.
Shikimori's a little higher.
Really,
Story-wise, a lot higher.
'cause I don't
Mom-wise, a lot. Actually, mom-wise, also a lot.
a lot
like
higher.
Shikimori.
Shikimori mom
Shikimori
was
is like
crazy.
Shikimori's mom. It's not even her mom. It's Izumi's mom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
She is the goat. There, nothing compares.
Astro Gaps.
Yeah, truly,
It's-
like we've landed on Mars.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I
How many times have we talked about Shikimori in a row?
And specifically, we've talked about the mom more than the actual mom.
I'm gonna start cutting this out too.
But the thwomp sound of Izumi's mom.
I'll just cut past it. There's a really abrasive cut in the middle of fucking Rent-A-Girlfriend.
It's when we started talking about Izumi's mom again.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it. It's awful. It's so fucking bad. I just cannot believe nothing has changed in 300 chapters. I can't believe he still thinks the same. He still says the same things. He still acts the same. I like it. Yeah, it in real life it's been like 6 or 7 years now. In the manga,
What?
it's been 2 years.
Oh, okay. I heard that back. But he's been actually writing for like 7 years.
There's a lot of chapters, Tyler.
Work on something else, dog. It could have ended years
It
ago.
honestly might be. Well, if you, how many weeks are in a year? Like 52?
Yeah.
375 chapters?
Oh shit.
Honestly, there's probably some breaks in there too. It probably could be a little longer. Could be 8 years.
8 years of slop and grind.
We were still in Afghanistan.
His inspiration.
My time scale works on you as foreign wars.
It's an allegory.
It's an allegory for counterinsurgency warfare. How nothing truly happens until it's over.
Nothing ever happens. Enjoy reading
Jet fuel
People
can't
just
melt
suffer.
steel beams,
It's
however.
exclusively evil when people suffer.
There's
I
also
can't
one
win.
panel where in Kazuya's head it just shows a picture of Jesus being crucified. That didn't have anything to do with the story at all.
Dude, the panels you see
I
in
presume
his
he's
mind
not a
are
Christian.
crazy. Like, the sex one was crazy. Where he's bonered up in the pool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Alright, who's got something? Let's get out of here.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't wanna talk
Mine
about
are
this
real
anymore.
quick. I've got two new gen sloppers.
New gen.
New gen
You
sloppers.
might have
Look
my
at the
second
name.
one.
Really?
I brought, I think, the banger of a generation. I think it'll speak to the people.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't read that.
It's got way too long of a name, so you might have to pop it up on the screen because I don't know if I want to try.
Glasses.
Is there an English name?
True.
I can also put it on screen.
Yeah, I
You
think
have
put it
to-
on screen.
You have to send it to me though.
Yeah,
Just
I will.
say
I will.
what it is.
It's the name's all Japanese. It's very long.
You haven't been practicing your Japanese,
dude.
I'm sorry to tell you, but I haven't been.
Fell off.
It's
bro.
Orinidaki. I give up right now. I'll send it to you.
I feel racist just saying Japanese names.
I feel racist being like because I know I'm
Oridaki.
Origo Gaigas?
I know I'm being problematic. I don't feel right sitting next to you right
Garbanzo
now.
bean, whatever. I don't know.
I'm surrounded.
Soy.
Soy. This one is bizarre. So this one has 3 chapters right now. 3 whole chapters.
Okay.
This is
But it's had maybe more motion than Rent a Girlfriend.
I believe you.
Maybe.
I immediately believe you.
You're probably right.
So the plot basically begins with, it's like the typical like corrective like committee, you know,
Right.
where they're like your costume's wrong, and it's like the guy from it, and then like the like president of that council, and she's like, it's a typical like the shadows are saying she's the prettiest girl, you know.
Yeah. The sparkling, vibrant
Typical
flower
plot,
beauty.
yeah. And
whatever
then,
the hell.
but
You
she's
know this trope?
Not really.
Oh.
you need to be killed.
And, like,
do I? I feel like I
It might
do.
be. It's probably shown up somewhere. And like every single terrible slop high school romance manga, the like prettiest girl in school that the main character always ends up with, they always have some crazy title, like the fucking like the silent flower or like the awesome goat sand.
Like that? You remember that? Like, I don't really want to get too into it, but the stupid was like Alya Chan or whatever speaking Russian.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like
It's similar to
she's
that.
like the ice princess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and
sure.
the Shadows references, there's specifically one
Yeah.
Okay.
where it's not about the cutest girl in school, it's about the second cutest. And that's literally, it's in the title of the manga.
Sure, and then she's in the shadow of, I get
Well,
it.
no, that's not
No.
what
No,
I'm saying.
it's just
in the
for fun.
first chapter, they're like, the Shadows talk about how she's the second in the school.
I'm gonna blow my
And
head
it's
off.
So
So
we love
funny.
talking about what the Shadows been saying.
we bring up the shadow opinion often, I'd
And
say.
The Shadows been speaking up.
So I
The
do
shadows.
know this trope. This makes
Yeah. So then in the very first chapter, she's like, we need to go on patrol at this like shrine because
Okay.
people are getting freaky at the shrine or whatever. And like
I
she's
wanna
like,
catch people
she's
fucking.
clearly like into him, like it's very obvious.
Oh, okay.
And they go to the shrine, and then she's like, there's these like matchmaking things you can buy, and she's like, oh, apparently you show up in the other person's dreams if you get these matchmaking things. Do you want to get it
like
so that you can
it's like a
you can have that
bonus.
experience in your life?
That's awesome.
And like he's like, whatever, okay, I'll do it.
Would you guys do that with me?
Yeah,
I
bro.
know the exact song.
I want
we should
you in my
use now.
dreams.
We should use the Boa song that says that.
Says which one?
The shadows are in my
In
dreams.
my dreams.
Oh, I can find it.
I don't remember which exact song it is, but
and then it works, but it's very strange because the whole point of the plot is that he remembers everything that happens in the dreams, and in the first dream they're like super aggressive, like they're like hugging each other, like I love you, and then he's like, oh wait, it's real, because like he brings up like a bit of like information that he only learned from the dream or something, so then they're like, he's like, oh, it's real, and then she comes to the dream and she's like, it's real. I'm actually talking to you, but I don't remember. And we find out that he remembers everything that happens in the dream, but she forgets everything that happens in the dream. Which, don't even say it.
I got something to say.
Don't even say it.
Have you ever read Say Shoot Forget?
I was gonna say, isn't this a thing that you guys talked about? Actually?
This sounds like my peak goat slop of all time. Say Shoot Forget.
It is kind of similar to Say Shoot Forget.
Suddenly someone's on board.
But it's really strange because like in the dream, you know, like she knows she's talking to him, and like it's just a normal conversation over like the internet basically. But she's
It's
like
in the mindscape.
so
Let's
aggressive.
call it
It's in the
what it is.
mindscape. But she's like so aggressive. She's like I love you, and like explaining like why she like would do what she didn't do in like real life.
Okay.
And then it's like, and then in real life she's like way too scared to do anything.
I feel like I can solve this manga in 2 minutes.
Well, don't worry, because it might have solved itself.
Why
Because
doesn't- Sorry, go ahead.
at the end of chapter 2, or no, in chapter 2, he asks out the girl but like he doesn't really,
Okay, that was my plan.
and then kind of gets like a light rejection, and then goes
Why?
back, and then he's like, oh, she doesn't like me, and then he goes back to the dream, and she's like, can you touch me? And also, like, I was just nervous about if you'd not like me, or whatever. And it's like, what?
He asked you out.
Yeah, like, I don't remember, like, how direct he was. He might not have been direct. But in the very end of chapter 3, which is the limit of what we have, it cuts off on her saying, I like you. So maybe we're back.
Okay.
I'm mad.
I'm sure there won't be a misunderstanding.
No.
I'm still mad.
In a Japanese piece of media,
A misunderstanding
They don't
arc?
do that.
they don't. That's never happened
We
before.
want to talk about gamers.
Dude.
No.
No, not yet. We need to
This-
rewatch it.
Okay.
We will at some point.
So we're at a crossroads, an impasse, if you will.
Oh God, dude.
We can either start the Happy Sugar Life rant, or we can
I
not.
think we have to end on that.
I think we gotta end on that.
That's too
We'll
powerful.
rotate back to you.
I like
We
this.
started on Rent
Well, I
a
have
Girlfriend.
another one.
We need a break.
So I'll talk about my other one. This is called, you'll never guess what it's adapted from. Seventh time loop, the villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy.
I've heard about this one.
It's from a light novel. Wow.
Light novel des.
Yeah, it's a stupid
Orcam.
title, so it's a light novel. That's how
It's
it works.
horrific.
It's shockingly solid for Slop.
Really?
I enjoyed it. I gave it like a
Hold
6.
on, wait. I'm
This
gonna
sounds.
see if I can-
This sounds.
It sounds awful.
It sounds really bad.
But
it
it's-
sounds like really, really bad.
It's actually interesting. So the whole thing, it's not like an isekai or anything. It's not like person gets sucked into their like dating sim game. It's like an actual like person in a universe, and she just reincarnates, but she doesn't like fully like, comprehend how it works. So for like the first like 4 or 5 of her lives, it's just her like getting killed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she, like or just like living out a miserable life. Because the whole thing starts when she's getting forcibly married off to some dickhead that she doesn't like. Because she's like a princess to a big family and
Sure.
like, they need you for a political marriage. That's all you really are if you're a woman in nobility. Tough, you know?
Unless you're Cleopatra.
Cleopatra fucked. I
Yeah.
could talk about Cleopatra for a long time,
Cleopatra's-
but that's not what we're here for.
Cleopatra's awesome.
She was slandered for abandoning the Romans. Because
No.
Marcus Aurelius, kind of a cock.
Cleopatra, we are here to clear your name on the
She's,
slot.
she is my Greek
I've been saying we
goddess
need to
who won't
uncancel
do-
Cleopatra.
I don't think she ever was canceled.
Cleopatra, you're back.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about antiquity. But by like, I'm gonna forget the exact order of how she lived her life. It's not super important. But one of her subsequent lives, she escaped this like different kingdom and she became like a very high level knight. And then she dies fighting this evil prince who brings war on the world.
That's cool.
Right. And it's like, and then she comes back. She's like, oh shit. And it's like a very jarring experience for her because she's genuinely living all of these years, like every
Right.
single day. And she's like, oh my god, like all the people I knew and loved are dead. She watched all of her friends die and then got killed herself. So it's a very traumatic experience for her, and you like see that. And then I want to say it's the one before we pick up like her like on the current seventh life. She like is a traveling merchant and she's like with these people that she really likes
Spice and
hanging
Wolf.
out with.
I'm interested.
Spice and Wolf.
Trendy silver coins.
And then the same prince guy brings war and ruin to the world, and she gets killed again.
Wait, is
Due
she,
to the
is she
war.
waking up in the same world every time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought she was going to different worlds.
No,
Okay.
it's her same life.
So this-
So she's back to the wedding day of when she's getting married off to this dickhead.
It's ReZero.
kind of on a way larger time scale.
Sure.
This is, by the way, a very common plot. ReZero
yeah.
just does it goated.
ReZero did it better,
ReZero's just
bro.
good.
Don't fucking talk to me. Don't step to me, dude.
My fault.
Don't
So-
freaking step to me, you effing effort.
On this whole seventh
Evan
thing,
Ever.
she's like, I want to stop this fucking conflict because I keep dying and this dickhead keeps ruining my life.
Right.
And I forget the exact like details of the first episode, but I want to say she like runs into him or someone he knows at that wedding, and she ends up like getting engaged with him. Basically, it's some convoluted shenanigans happens,
Okay.
and so the guy who's like bringing war and ruin to the world obviously hasn't at this point.
Yeah.
Instead of some dickhead, she's gonna get married to this guy against her will. For the record, she doesn't want to do this. But he's like, tough. You're a woman in the old days. So, L.
L plus ratio.
And that's kind of like where it gets like picked up. And she's just like, well, this blows. And she obviously doesn't like him. But it's weird because he's not like a completely terrible person yet. He's just like kind of a dick. He's not like a genocidal maniac. He's just kind of a dick.
He's like an Austrian painter right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just got into art school. He's excited about his future.
We know where it's gonna end up.
Yeah.
If we let this
head.
go.
So eventually she's like, maybe I can divert this catastrophe. Maybe I can lock in and just give him like any amount of correct guidance on his life. And part of the story, it's like that whole, it's an enemies to lovers story,
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god, he's kind of hot. He's kind of a hottie, I'm gonna be real.
I read one like this, but it wasn't like any fantasy or thing. It was like a high school romance, but with the exact same plot.
That's not surprising.
That's
It's an
crazy.
enemy to lovers story with an interesting twist. Is about as far as I can say.
I have read, I'm not joking, hundreds
I'm
of
sure-
manga or manhwa with this exact...
I guarantee.
I read one with 99 deaths. How do you even fuck up 99 times? You'd think you'd figure it out quicker.
I had no idea, but
I don't like this sounds hard.
I feel like this has been done before. I haven't even seen other shows, or I don't read manga, so...
I mean, I think this sounds hard to get through. He's saying he could do it in less than 99 tries.
What?
I could find a way to live in less than 99 tries.
Oh. What?
Yeah, bro.
You're fucking
Yeah,
dumb.
she's on her 7th attempt, so...
Well, yeah, but
He
there's
said
another one with 99 tries.
Oh.
And then on the
I'm
99th
not
try,
listening.
she RNG gets a different life.
You couldn't do it, bro.
I could do it with ease.
You couldn't do
I
it.
could do it.
I'm being
You
hijacked.
think I could do it?
Would you rather be this
Sure.
girl or Subaru?
Definitely this girl. She lives an infinitely better life than Subaru.
Okay.
Subaru?
It's not a pleasant life, like, for the record.
Right.
It becomes better for her through mostly her own actions. But it's not. She's not like a Mary Sue type character. It is a very like deserved level of like competence.
She's trying.
She's trying, and she has literally lived other lives, so she's like a very competent individual. Because it's interesting. She starts her life as like a bratty piece of shit, and then like she becomes like a better character over her multiple lives.
Yeah.
Sure. Dude, I read one that was like this. That was also a villainess. That was also like in a time loop thing.
Is that the dating sim one?
I hate
No.
that one.
That was awful.
No. This one was like, this is a fucking weird manga.
There was like a weird trend. This was like a trend.
Yeah,
for a
she was
while.
like a
Yeah.
villainess, or she was actually just like a queen of a kingdom. She was evil
Okay.
and like mean to everyone
Yeah.
until one of her like servants murdered her. She wakes up like a few months before that.
Okay.
And she's like, ah, shit, I need to prevent that.
I
She
know
fucks
why.
it up and just dies again.
Sure.
She does that a few more times. And then she's like, I know how to fix this servant. Because she finds out that the servant is gay for her. And she's like, I can fix
Oh, it's
this.
a woman. Sure. Okay.
She's like, I can fix this easy. And I'm like, Yuri manga. Great, I can deal with that. But then she dies anyway to a different woman.
What?
And she's like, well, I know the key to get out of this one.
Fuck them
So
all.
the story of this manga is she has to create a harem of women that hate her.
That's kind of
That's
sick,
stop them
actually.
from
I kind
killing
of bug
her.
with
That's
that.
pretty sick.
Yeah, it was awesome. I read 4 chapters and dropped it.
Well, I
That's
think
pretty good.
the interesting thing, I was thinking about this, like, ReZero, because oftentimes stuff with this kind of trope of, like, dying and then, returning or whatever, they kind of blunder in not showing, like, the regressions. They only show the final one that works,
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the actual cool part about ReZero is that, like, his life fucking sucks.
It's awful.
And he just keeps going back
There
and
is
back
no
and back.
isekai protagonist that's getting it worse than
He's got it tough.
That show is fucking horrible for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And that's what makes it better.
10 million times I'd choose this chick's life.
Because, like, if it was, like, a more slopper, like a typical one, it would have been, like, flashed past the misery and then shown, like, this is where it suddenly works. And it's like, that's just not as interesting.
I remember a part of ReZero where he gets eaten alive by rabbits and then he gets, like, self-NTR'd and, like, mind broken. And then he wakes back
Oh, yeah.
up and he's like, oh, I just gotta deal with this now.
Yeah, it's great. But no, this show, it's a lot less. It's a lot more like a lighter story, kind of. There's, like, dark aspects, but they're, like, actively trying to prevent them. I don't know. It's solid. I liked it. It's, like I said, it's a 6. We're not discussing the Mona
This
Lisa.
seems exceedingly fine.
Yeah, it was fine. I enjoyed it. I finished
Awesomely
it.
fine.
And then it leaves my brain, and I'm like, cool, that was a good way to
Gone
waste like
forever.
2-something hours, 3 hours. So yeah, back
Alright.
in there.
I have got. This one has just started. Listen, anyone out there that's for some reason following along, stocks on this one are about to go through the fucking roof.
It's prospective asset.
There is 1.1 chapters out.
Wow.
This is Sameda Kazuou can't cure his Chuunibyou syndrome. I'm sorry, guys, I can't read.
His what?
It's Chuunibyou. Chuunibyou.
You don't know
You know
what
what it
Chuunibyou is?
No.
You know this show Love Chuunibyou and Other Delusions? The girl with the eye patch?
Oh
Maybe?
god, it's like when like a real life generally like modern character is like, I'm gonna kill the demon king. There's a demon king in my eye. My eye is a magic eye. It's usually about an eye. And they're like, I am the hero. And they're like having like a delusion about them being a hero from like a fantasy world.
I've never heard of this.
What? This is a huge trope.
It's like very common.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm trying to think of like a piece of. I'm sure I've seen it. I've never heard it called like by a name though.
Love Chuunibyou and Other Delusions. That's a huge anime. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
I saw the
Is
first
this,
season.
is this not to a lesser extent what the main character of Steins Gate has? Lesser extent, obviously.
This honestly might be equal, bro. Ho and Kyoma. It's
I mean,
it's
up
kind of like that, but usually his is all rooted in like sci-fi.
Right.
The average slant for this is
for
more
fantasy.
It's more like fantasy or usually dark fantasy. They
I'm
like
sure
to be
I've
like my
seen
chaos, dark,
Yeah.
evil eye is awakening.
It's Megumi.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, basically.
But
She's
she
just
can,
a fantasy.
But she can actually do it.
Right.
She has but you get
It's
the
not.
concept.
It's not in like a real. Yeah.
You get the concept.
Yeah. So I've seen this. I
This is by-
guess I've never heard it called.
This is by Kabushiko. This is generational.
Okay.
I was beaming ear to ear when I read this.
Okay.
Oh my god. There was one chapter I was so smitten.
They got you. They
This is
seduced you.
beautiful. So the manga opens. He is fully like decked out. He's wearing like a fucking cloak. He's got like this crazy hair and like hat shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, my evil eye is awakening. My excitement is at its peak. And then a girl calls him out after class, and he's like, what do you need from thy? And she's like, I need you to stop doing this. It is disgusting. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And then she throws up.
Oh my god.
She throws up on him immediately.
Oh,
and I'm like,
it's good.
this is amazing.
Physically vomiting because of
And-
somebody's actions
and-
is awesome.
This hits him so hard, it actually works.
It would work on me.
He goes home, he's like, what the fuck am I doing? He snaps out of it instantly. It's a lot like the fucking manga, The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. I think it got an anime adaptation. It's the guy that's like obsessed with his girl and he almost gets hit by a soccer ball and he's like, oh, I'm over it.
I think I know you're talking about, yeah.
Terrible.
This
But
is like the alternate ending for Eminence in Shadow.
Yeah.
this
He just comes around to it. He's like, oh, wait, this is kind of weird.
This is kind of fucking stupid.
So he ditches all the gear. He's like, I can't do this anymore. He tries to like erase all of it. He's like, I gotta erase my past. This is horrifically embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then he realizes he's like, oh, I was such a fucking nerd with this. I put myself into every single school photo that exists.
Oh god.
So he's like, I need to get on the student council so I can be in charge of the yearbook to get rid of all these pictures.
Sure.
That is the goal.
Yeah. A pretty clear.
Is
goal.
to erase his past.
Clear, good goal.
So he goes to the student council room. He has just joined.
Mm-hmm.
And the first girl that shows up, they're sitting next to each other. If we're sitting like this, you're the main character guy, I'm the girl.
Okay.
She's doing this the whole time.
And
And he's like, is she staring at my crotch? And he's like, no, I must be mistaken. And then she crawls under the table to stare at his crotch closer. And he's back to me, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you staring at my crotch? And she's like, no. And he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm not staring at your crotch. I'm staring at your cock and balls.
I like a direct woman.
He's like, this is not better. And then the student council president comes in, and it's the girl that threw up on him.
That's not surprising. I saw that.
And she obviously hates him, and he's like, this is just not going well. And he finds out the specific position you need to get in charge of the yearbook is to be the student council president.
That's unfortunate.
He has this guy that nobody likes because he's such a fucking dweeb has to become the student council president. And that's the plot. And it's awesome.
That's so
I'm on
fire.
board.
And then the twist, chapter 1.1 hits, and he tries to break into the school in the middle of the night because he's like, I'm getting these fucking pictures out of there. And when he tries to break in, the girl that hates him is just already there in the middle of the night.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And she's
This
like, why are
tracks.
you here? He's like, what? And she's like, I'm trying to break in the student council room too. She's like, I guess we'll have to work together.
Okay.
And they crawl through the vents to get in.
Sure.
And they get in, and then the girl's like, oh no, watch out. And then a hole blasts through the wall.
Yeah, it's
Like it
normal.
explodes.
Yeah.
And it's the girl that was looking at his cock and balls.
Is she a heat-seeking missile?
I don't know.
A cock
We don't
and
really
ball
know
seeking
yet.
missile?
She might be.
Dude,
She
what?
blasts into the room.
Would it be
And
weird
then-
if I left to go pee in the middle of the episode?
It's a little weird. He's explaining. Alright, keep going. I'm your audience now.
This is fucked up.
You already
dude.
sold me.
This is fucked up. He doesn't even fuck with
He
us.
doesn't fuck with us,
He does
dude.
not
I
fuck
like
with
the
us
show.
one bit.
Or the manga. I'm here for it.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. But the main girl, they're both trying to get on the computer. He finds out she's also looking for the pictures. And he's like, oh, she must have thought it was that bad. She also wants to get rid of them. So the yearbook looks good. But she's like, all right, good. We got the pictures. Now we got to post them everywhere. And he's like, what? And then the explosion happens. And then he wakes up at home. And he's like, that was a weird dream. I don't know what the hell went on there. And he goes to school and there's a hole in the school. Everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, it was real? Oh.
Oh shit!
And then the cock and ball girl walks over and she starts trying to pull his pants down.
Dude.
And she's like, I can't take it anymore.
Dude, what in the world?
And then it ends. And that's where we're at. This is...
I need to read it now.
It is so funny.
I need it now.
It is so funny.
This sounds fire.
Yeah. I've pretty much pieced the plot together. He's a Chuunibyou, but it's secretly all real.
Yeah.
And the other characters know about it, but he actually doesn't. And then she, I guess, pretends not to like him during normal school hours. I don't really get why. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
That part's not important. What's important is that she threw up on him.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was funny. It's
I feel like it has a
Mysterious
chance to
Girlfriend
either
X.
go really good or really bad.
Yeah, this could get bad very fast. Or if it maintains how funny it is right now, this is the GOAT.
It could be one
This
like
will
that,
be
yeah.
the best manga ever made.
I don't know about the best, but
So funny.
the fact that she just throws up on him is so
The
funny.
fact that she corrects crotch, she's like, I'm not looking at your crotch, I'm looking at your cock and balls.
Dude, I'm not looking at your crotch. I'm looking at your cock.
I'm not
and
even
your
looking,
butt.
I'm looking at your fucking balls.
Is that how she like words it? Like how she words
Yeah,
it?
and she words it cock and balls.
That's so funny. Obviously translation, but like that's so
Yeah,
funny.
it's awesome.
What do you
Dude, shut up.
That's our instrument.
Sit the hell down. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sold. I should read this.
Yeah. I guess one of his Chuunibyou lines was, my excitement is at its peak. But he just keeps saying it.
My
He
excitement.
gets normal, but that's the one carryover. It like he says
That's
it
a
like
pretty good one.
15 times.
My excitement's at its peak.
But he'll
That's a good
say
one.
it like with a straight face, like really mundanely. I'm like, this is awesome.
My
He'll be like, my
excitement's at
excitement
its
is at its peak.
Deadpan. That's good.
This is awesome. I can't sell this anymore.
Yeah, it sounds sick.
I've bought in a while
It's
ago.
fantastic. I hope it gets animated, honestly. Animate it right now. It's got one chapter.
I'm down.
It's the
Green light
guy.
it. I'll fund it.
You'll fund it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we'll make it in our warehouse.
Cody, we need a warehouse and we need a manga.
We
We
need a
need
warehouse.
anime.
We need a studio. Can you buy A1 Pictures?
Let's not buy A1 pictures,
I
actually.
don't remember what A1 Pictures made. Didn't they do the
SEO.
Shelter music video?
They've done. I think they might have. They did Sword Art Online. They
A1's
did.
actually good now.
They're really good. They did Light Chorus Recoil.
Yep.
And that was really good.
That was really good.
Licorice Recoil.
Licorice Recoil.
Recoil. I wish they killed people in that show.
I do too. It would have been way better if they just killed them.
Anyway.
Anyway, well, I feel like they probably did because she shot through a car door. So
That is true.
through like they're not real bullets, they're fake bullets, and she shoots through a car door to hit somebody. I'm like, okay, dude.
We got a fake bullet shoots through a car.
Literally, like what the fuck?
Really thin doors.
It's not high on logic anyway. Her whole like point is you can dodge bullets, so it's okay.
I can do that.
I can do that too.
And she has like cancer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like her heart problem or something.
Everyone with cancer can dodge bullets.
Let's test that theory. I'm gonna get a gun and go to the hospital.
Yeah, all
the
right.
bald people, they get a bullet.
Every bald person?
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
if you don't have cancer, you're just bald.
I'm sorry.
I don't have long left.
No, you have like 3 years.
Well, if you aim for my head, it might be so smooth that it kind of skims.
That's
and,
the
like,
idea, yeah.
skims and goes somewhere else.
Flies
and it's
over.
like a bird.
Right. Does chemo have superpowers? That's the next question.
Welcome back to
Okay,
the
anyways. So, mine includes cigarettes, so that's a good carrot over.
Cigarettes.
This is this
Oh,
is weird
darts.
that it's a dart. This
Those
is
are
weird that
freaking
it's
Lego.
2 in a row of Yuri that I'm bringing, but like,
Good.
and the first one was terrible, and this one seems really goofy. The plot is that they're
Only
like,
straight guys bring Yuri. We gotta up our game.
I'm
That's 'cause
in.
we don't fuck with women.
Yeah, you guys evolved beyond the need.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Wait, I thought Yuri was... Is Yaoi the game one?
Yaoi's
Yaoi is men,
guys.
Yuri
Okay.
is women.
I had it backwards. This makes more
Yeah.
sense now.
Yeah.
Now we can just call him
Well,
a degenerate Yuri.
He would never
Okay.
read Yaoi. Also, coming from a bisexual man, Yaoi manga sucks so bad.
It kind of does.
It is so rapey.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it?
Like, always.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's just
super.
like an average experience on Grindr or something?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like very
It is
smut. Like
so
it's gross.
rapey. I'm like, oh my god.
Which to be fair, this kind of is too. So.
Oh, great. Alright, let's run it.
Show me some clean Yaoi, dude. Above the board. I want above the board gay men.
Let's make it.
Dude.
It's kind of hot.
In our
Another
animation studio.
job for the warehouse.
No, it's going to be live.
So we need 2
Oh.
warehouses. So the plot of this one is that during a few 100 years ago, there was like witch hunts,
Yep.
and the main characters are 2 witches,
Okay.
and the main character is like the apprentice of another witch who at the time was like really like reliable and like made medicine and stuff.
Right.
They get found. The main witch is like, go, run, I'll hold them. And then they don't find each other for like hundreds of years.
That
But
sucks.
they've lived this
That
entire
sucks.
time?
Yeah,
They're
witches
immortal.
apparently just like live forever.
I think I know how to spot a
Okay.
witch.
I think I
If
can
they're
figure it
old?
out.
Yeah, if you've lived for over 200
Well,
years, I think you're a witch.
they look very young. I don't know.
If you stay young your whole
Well, I
life,
guess that's part of the
kill 'em.
thing, right? Like you sell your soul to Satan, and then
I guess
Sure.
If you
something
look
like
the
that.
exact
I'm here for
same
it.
for 40 years, you got to go down. You're a witch.
I feel like they probably
Um,
move a lot then,
We're putting you in the river.
or that's why they live in desolate locations and shacks
I will destroy every shack.
and have like cowls and stuff.
Just-
I don't know
with
what
a
Shaquille
bomb.
O'Neal has to do with this, but
I'm on board.
that's the GOAT.
That's the goat. So it goes to like basically modern times, and the main witch, like the master, had been super good at making like medicine. Like she was like the goat of making medicine.
Right.
So then the apprentice is like, I finally tracked down my master.
And she owns Pfizer.
Yeah, she owns Pfizer.
That's
Yeah. No, actually.
That's actually the plot.
No. The apprentice tracks her down and she finds this like witch's hut and she's like, I'm gonna go to her. Yes, I found her.
Oh, my excitement is at its peak.
Her excitement's at a peak and she opens the door and her master like has her hat on, is in like skimpy clothing and is smoking a cigarette.
That's awesome.
This is awesome.
I'm so here for
And
this.
then she's
I
like,
guess I'm gonna stay here.
she's like, I found a way to make, like, to fit in with the modern times. I found a way to make, instead of, like, normal medicine, I made my medication into cigarettes. Isn't that cool? For some reason, sales are down.
So is this like the 90s?
It's, like, pretty much, like, modern. No, it's past.
Oh, it's like today.
So, like, people don't fuck with cigarettes
should've
to that
been
extent.
vapes.
Yeah. I guess I'm not sure today, but, like,
Close
recent.
enough.
Like, pretty recent. Not when cigarettes were thought to be healthy, at least.
Whoa.
Okay.
But
so it
she's,
should have been vapes.
yeah, and the apprentice is like, what are you doing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But doesn't it look so cool?
And she's right.
And she's right. And then the master's like, let me show you how good it is. Because I've learned so much in the last few years. And she makes the apprentice hallucinate having sex with her.
That's awesome.
Dude, that is such a funny bit.
Which is
Oh
crazy.
my- dude, imagine if I was like, here, try this cigarette, and then you had a hallucination. about
She's like,
sex.
here you go, take this cigarette.
Dude.
And she forces her to smoke a cigarette that makes her think she's having sex with her. And then she like wakes up and the master's looking at her. And she's like, what just happened to me?
That's hot.
And
I'm in awe. That is awesome.
that's pretty much where we're at right
that
now.
concept-
Immediately.
I think
on board.
that concept is so funny.
It's so goofy.
I would pay a bad amount of money to have one of those cigarettes.
she's like, by the way, you're gonna help me now. We're gonna run this business, and we're sticking with the cigarette idea.
We are not pivoting to vapes. Bad idea.
Dude, this is awesome.
It's like we're sticking
I
with the
guess if you
cigarettes.
pivoted to vapes, you'd be selling this magical sex
What is this
serum
called?
to children.
True, dude. It's so silly.
Do you even say what this is called?
Not yet. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. It's called Majo to
I want to see the cover of
Hirasu.
this.
This is the master. This is what she looks
Ooh, it's
like.
called
I don't like
fucking
that.
What, dude? Oh, that's a child.
She looks a bit older in the manga.
That's good.
Majo to Hirasu, and it is by
You say a bit older, but that's...
Kouhai Shibata.
Okay.
And hundreds of years later, they reenact in modern day Japan. It's crazy.
Okay, hold on. If I give you a cigarette, it makes you hallucinate you having sex with me.
Yeah.
Is that rape?
Oh, I
Is that
guess.
sexual assault? Is that like a crime?
Okay,
Well, legally it wouldn't be a crime, but is that ethically a crime? I think it is.
I think it's ethically a crime.
It's definitely ethically
This
a
doesn't
crime.
really make it better, but the apprentice is like, she doesn't realize it's hallucination, but she's super down.
That makes
That's-
it way better.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make it ethically better, but like the apprentice is so unbelievably down.
I also think if it's all women, that's for the girls, you know. That's not for us to decide.
Yeah.
That's for the girls.
Yeah, that's for the girlies to decide if that's a problem. But like, I don't know. It's just a goofy plot.
That's incredible.
It's just really silly.
It's pretty fascinating.
It updates very slowly though, so that's the unfortunate thing.
You're looking at me.
I don't want to bring it up.
I don't like what comes next.
I don't either.
Go on ahead, buddy. I don't know anything about it, so you have to talk to me like as if I. You have to run through the plot from the beginning.
It all started when I was born.
Yeah, which was a mistake.
Okay.
Same year we invaded Iraq the second time.
A lot of war today.
I just like bringing up.
That's another
As I
allegory.
told you, I operate my life and time scale based on U.S. foreign wars.
Thank God nothing's going on in the Middle East anymore.
I know time isn't real to me right now. Yeah, well,
Zing.
with us, missiles.
My excitement is at its peak.
Anyway.
Nothing ever happens
I
at
can't
its
wait
peak.
to die in the desert. It's my lowest rated show on now
Really?
out of 3.
I don't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it a 4.
The ending dropped it 2 points for me.
I remember that.
I was gonna give it a 5 because I finished it.
I
If I
already-
can finish a show, generally it's a 5
That's fair.
because I was able to watch it, which
For ref-
means it has to be like average.
For reference, we watched this together.
We did watch this together,
This is a bonding exercise.
Okay.
and okay, let's just get into the plot. So,
Will you say what it is at some point?
Happy Sugar Life. I thought I said that. Did I not?
I don't think you did.
I don't think you got to it.
Okay. Well,
If
it's
I'm
Happy Sugar
stupid,
Life.
I'll edit it out to make myself look smart.
You don't have to.
Okay. That's good.
You don't have to. That's fine.
No, I will.
Okay.
I'll make myself look good.
You shouldn't do that. I don't think you have to do that.
You should
So-
do that.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna probably butcher the timing and how it's all develops in the plot, but I generally remember how it works. The main character, don't remember her name. I know she has like pink hair, and she's like relatively popular, and she is a complete. I don't know if it's a sociopath or psychopath, one of the two. She's fucking crazy.
Mhm.
She's insane. But she like, I think it's sociopath because she can like act the part of a normal person really well. I think that's sociopath.
Well, I think psychopaths can too. Because the big difference is like, there's a few behavioral things, but it's also nature versus nurture
Okay.
comes into that. Because psychopath is something you're born with. Sociopath you usually develop.
I think she's a sociopath then.
I don't remember.
Because remember, she's kind of a crazy upbringing, like her aunt and stuff.
Did she? I don't remember.
She's weird.
I blocked a lot of this show out
That's
for good
good.
reason.
So, when do I bring up the child? I guess now. She's pretty quick in the show.
I think it's episode 1.
So, there's a runaway child, and this girl finds the pink-haired girl, the sociopath. We'll call her the sociopath. Finds this child. She's very young, and is like,
She's like 6.
"Don't worry, I'll protect you, little child." And little child's like, sweet. You know? I like people who won't just strand me in the middle of I don't know how she gets lost in the first place.
Remember. It doesn't matter.
For the record, she does have a brother trying to find her throughout the show.
Oh, I forgot about the brother. That's a tough life.
He's part of why the ending is terrible.
I think I might be. Or stimulating memories deep inside my mind.
And basically, the first couple episodes, basically, pink-haired girl living with this child, and like being like, I'm the mom now. And to her credit, taking care of the child. She's not doing anything weird to the child. She's weird about the child, but she's not doing anything to the child.
She's got some mentally weird business about that. She's smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Yes.
Maybe they're the ones that make you hallucinate.
Right. Like it feels very sexual.
I wouldn't call it that good, but
it is like a sexual obsession with it, but she doesn't do anything bad to the child, which is like the one redeeming factor of this individual.
Yeah.
She like generally tries to make sure the child is comfortable.
There's one other redeeming factor. She keeps the child safe from the people that are even weirder somehow.
So, this is where we get introduced to the other character. I want to say he like works with the sociopath or something.
No, she's in high school, isn't she?
Yeah, I think they work though too.
I don't remember.
It's not super important, but this guy who is working at some job, some beat off job, gets sexually assaulted. Might have gotten raped. It's bad. He's like he's normally like a upstanding guy like on the sports team and stuff, and then he gets like psychologically annihilated by this terrible person, and he becomes like a recluse, total shut-in, like not comfortable around women, unsurprisingly, and then he's like crying out on a bench or something, and then he finds Child. And he gets obsessed with Child. Child is his salvation, because he loves her innocence and purity, as he harps on a lot about. It's fucking weird. Like, he has photos of her covering his room. He is strange.
You're making a face like you don't like
He goes from the victim...
Yeah, I wonder why.
He goes from the victim to an awful person.
Yeah.
Very fast. And, so a good part of the show is terrible guy, brother, and psychopath, or sociopath, trying to find Child, which remains in possession of sociopath for most of it. I want to say, I know Pink Hair Girl kills someone at some point. I want to say, I don't remember who she killed. I know she kills someone.
She might have done it more than once.
She might have.
She was like, yeah, she was like crazy.
She drops bodies.
It is like, this show is so interesting because only interesting thing about it is the fact that like, she is the sociopath, but for some reason, every single character in this show is also batshit insane. Mm-hmm. There's like, I think this show could have been so much more interesting if you explore the concept of like something about this child is different that makes people go fucking weird.
Yeah.
Instead of just all these weird people happen to be together.
And they all want the child.
Around the same child, instead of being predators towards a plethora of children.
Right. So this like goes on for a couple episodes, and it's a lot of like, you know, like, oh, I don't know who this child is, and you know, just like lying and all this horse shit. I don't remember when the aunt character gets introduced, but this is Sociopath's aunt shows up at some point, and she's also fucking crazy. She just lets people do whatever she wants to her. That includes what you think it includes.
Oh, I do remember this.
It's like bad. She lives an awful life. She's constantly getting beaten, constantly getting. I don't know. I feel like it's rape, but it's like
good.
In her mind, it's like, well, it's okay because I'm expressing love by letting them do what they want. It's crazy, madness. And I remember at some point, Sociopath wants to leave with Child. Because, like, shit's going down, people are too close, brother's about to figure shit out. They're like, we need to leave. I need to leave with Child. And Aunt's like, okay. Here's a car.
And it's
And,
called
like,
Happy Sugar Life.
For the record, yes. This
Yeah,
is like
well,
this is like episode 11, if I recall. It's like she's like about to leave with child.
To be clear, real quick, it's called Happy Sugar Life. The animation is very like bright and bubbly.
Yeah.
Because that's the
That's
point of the show is that it's supposed to be a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Between it looks nice, it has a nice sounding name, but oh my god, the twist is that it's secretly dark. Madoka Magica did this 20 years ago and it did it better.
I believe it. This show's awful. And then it's like in the last like day, like everything goes to shit. And I faintly remember the final scenes of this show, which made me drop it in real time. I said this out loud. This show just lost 2 points on Mal for me. Basically what happens is brother of child figures out where child is and goes to confront the sociopath who he has known and spoken to multiple times that's been keeping his child sister away from him. Pretty valid, you know.
Yeah.
The brother is the good guy in this show.
He's the only good
He's
guy.
normal. He just wants his child sister not to be in the hands of fucking weirdos and freaks. Pretty good, upstanding. I approve of that guy.
Their parents are also like dead, right?
I think so.
I don't think they have.
I
any
assume
parents.
so.
I think the brother is like he's not like an adult.
He's like homeless. He's
like-
like in middle school.
yeah, he's like 12,
Yeah.
and he's the only decent.
And he's like homeless. He's like constantly. He's a warrior. We like him, but basically he confronts sociopath at like the top floor of this apartment building. Yes, it's important.
Yep.
And a fire starts. I don't remember how, but a fire does start. And the final like scenes of this show are what truly make me just irrationally angry. Sociopath and child. Child, for the record, doesn't want to go with her brother.
Mm-hmm.
She likes sociopath.
It's pretty easy to brainwash a 6-year-old.
Right. So he's like, you can't be with her. She's fucking crazy. She's like, what's she feeding? You know, whatever. So, the sociopath and child are on the roof, standing like at the edge with brother, and there's the fire, and it's all like woo. And sociopath and child fall off the building together. And I'd be like, okay, that's an ending. They both die. Whatever. You know? I'll give it a 5. This is not what ruins it for me. I was like, child got brainwashed, tragic tale, awful person did an awful thing. Sure.
Okay. How possibly could it go so crazy?
So, here's the twist.
Okay.
Child survived the fall.
Uh-huh.
Sociopath is dead. Died on impact. I guess her body cushioned child or something. I don't know. Children are superhumans. They're weird. She wakes up in the hospital and is like longing for sociopath. She's like, wish sociopath was alive. She was quite devastated that sociopath died.
Mm-hmm.
She jumped off a fucking building with her. And she's like, I almost wish I died. The child.
Mm-hmm.
That's awful.
Okay, it's fucked up, but it's not like that crazy.
It's so dumb.
Like, she'd already made the decision at that point. It's not that crazy that she'd be like...
I feel like after going through a near-death experience, being flung off a building, and then still being like, no, I truly like this person, I'd have rather died with them. That's insane.
My issue with this story, my biggest issue, I have many issues.
There's a lot.
My biggest issue is after watching this whole show, I don't know what the point is. I really don't. I don't know what the message is supposed to be. I don't know what I'm supposed to be seeing from this. It's really, really a show where just like, messed up, dark things happen for the sake of it.
Yeah.
There's no substance to the dark.
And there's
evil
just
things
like
that
a
happen.
vague, not even vague, there's a heavy-handed pedophilic slant.
Yeah.
And that's the entire show. Every character is weird. Every character is like a degenerate except the brother. But the brother's kind of supposed to be seen as like a bad guy because you're from the perspective of the sociopath. But you leave this show with truly nothing.
You're just like, what was the
what
point?
the fuck was I supposed to take from this? Except just bad things are happening. It's like, I could learn more from school days.
Seriously.
I'd take more away from that because I'm like, oh, well, don't cheat on your girlfriend.
The show just...
You'll get your head cut off.
The show just puts in awful things like pedophilia, sexual assault, rape, for the sake of putting it in. It's not deeper than that. It should be if you're going to use those things in media, which I, for the record, don't think are off limits.
They're really
but they have to have meaning and purpose behind them.
It's just got to be like, yeah, you have to earn that.
You can't just do it.
You really have to earn these plot points, and they just rely exclusively on them.
It's just shock
to tell
value.
nothing.
And she just slaughters people, kills like a handful of people throughout the story. Never gets caught.
No, she just dies.
I want to say, isn't it part of it she like puts one of the bodies she kills into like a garbage bag and like leaves it in this apartment room to like rot? Isn't that like a plot point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She honestly might have left a few bodies in that room. I don't quite remember.
It's awful.
There was like she had like a weird room.
The strange room.
The strange room.
She had like multiple apartments, I think.
Did she?
I think.
I thought she only had the one.
I thought she had two.
Well, I think she actually killed someone
to take
and then use their apartment.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think that's how it happened.
Feel like it's like harder to like, because like hearing about it, it's just like, oh, I see what you guys mean by like it just seems pointless, you know?
It's just dumb.
But it feels like something you gotta fight through 12 episodes of to understand just how pointless the ending is.
Yeah.
Because like just kind of getting like the skip through to the ending, I was like, I guess like it makes enough sense of an ending. Like,
yeah, well, like when you watch it and you just see everything, it's just aggravating.
Right.
It just feels so tasteless and it's aggravating.
I think the only thing I could maybe try to take away from this is like, it's supposed to be showcasing like this is the effect of like trauma or whatever, because you know she still like sides with her abuser after her abuser.
Redo if Healer might do these awful topics better.
It might,
and that's a problem.
That's
that's not a good manga or anime.
The bar is in hell.
Yeah,
that's how bad it is.
It's like I could understand that. Like maybe the point is supposed to be, you know, showing how a lot of like people that are victims side with their abusers because it's what they're at least kind of comfortable with. It's easier. They don't really know better, especially if it's like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
But the entire rest of the story leading up to this doesn't really let that make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't let you walk away with that.
I think it's just if the child had died, I think I'd be more okay with it. Because when the child comes to, she's like told that she like murdered people. And I get it's not like super easy for a 6-year-old to comprehend the concept of killing someone, but still, it's like her evil acts are revealed to her and how, you know, she was actively keeping her brother away from her, and like all these terrible things she was doing are told to her, and she's still like, nah, she's chill.
That's fine.
It's also like it's just so, even if you want to tell that story, you can cut out most of the characters from the show.
Yeah, the weird pedophile guy doesn't need to be there.
He doesn't need to be there. Aunt doesn't need to be there.
Him getting sexually assaulted doesn't need to be
there.
there.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, like, where did he end up?
I think he gets killed. I think.
I'm pretty sure she kills him.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
But it's like...
Yeah, and then Aunt doesn't need to be there.
Like I said, there were just better ways to tell this. There is infinitely better ways. If you cut out every other character and make it a story between these two, maybe the brother too.
The brother should be there too, I think.
You could just do these three, and you could tell a better story.
Infinitely better.
You could probably maybe earn an ending similar to that. I still wouldn't do it the same. God, no. But you could tell something similar. Or, like I said, I think it'd be kind of fun if it was like almost a paranormal angle, and it's like something about this girl is wrong, and it makes people freaks. That sounds like such an interesting show.
You have to show these people just being normal, and it makes them like degenerates, and that would be interesting.
That'd be such a degree. Fuck, we should write that show. Actually, I want to watch that.
It would just be a fan fiction of fucking Happy Sugar Life.
That's a good idea. So write that down.
Write that down. Scrapbook.
I don't know. It's awful. It
Yeah.
makes me mad. It's just gross.
It is. Yeah, it is just purely exploitative.
Like, never in a million years could I recommend a human being watch this show.
No.
There's nothing to gain from it.
It got okay reviews when it came out because everyone was like, it's like Higurashi. It's so dark. it's so dark, but like look at that story, and it's like there's no story.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing actually like
of substance.
It's weird that people are murdered, but nothing of substance happens. That's impressive to fuck it up that
I think
badly.
the only
Yeah.
time the cops show up is at the end with the building fire and stuff, and they're like, "Oh
That's
my
the only
god, she
time.
murdered these people."
Yeah, it's like it never really feels like she's about to get caught with anything. It never feels like any of the freaks that show up are threats, because she just kills them and just gets rid of them. And it's like, okay, well, what was the point? And then after you kill someone once, so you can't make the same like types of people be threats again, because that like the trump card is on the table now. We've seen it.
Like she can kill now. Like
Yeah,
It's like Occam's razor, but it's like Occam's hammer that he's beat you over the head with.
right.
I feel like at that, like after the first kill, it should have been like, oh, we've been caught, we need to go, and then dealing with the 6-year-old realizing like, oh, she crazy.
Yeah.
There's like multiple bodies that drop before people are like, "Why is there what's this rotting flesh smell in your apartment?" She's like, and then she's finally like, "Okay, we need to leave."
like-
That might be the factor that makes someone
You could
leave.
truly do any other thing with this show and it'd be a better show. Just anything. I don't know why they made it.
I don't like it.
Maybe
It's
it's-
upsetting.
Maybe it's
Gross.
fetish content.
It might be. It wouldn't surprise me.
Watch School Days instead.
You'll have a way better time.
Don't watch School Days.
Watch Future Diaries
Watch,
instead.
watch Prison School. You'll have a significantly better time.
I don't think you're gonna get a similar experience out
Oh,
of
I
Prison
love
School.
it. No, you won't, but I love Prison
Same
School.
amount of grief.
Just watch Prison School. It's good. If I keep saying it's good without explaining Prison School, I think I might fool somebody.
You'll get them.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about watching Prison School out there, do it.
It's a good
I got
show.
no
It's
objection.
a well-developed rape show.
Just skip the middle most of it.
Oh, man.
Start it and then end it. Do it. Treat it like School Days.
Yeah, you can. Maybe there's a couple episodes you can get in there. Oh, the pissing episode's so funny.
Oh yeah. What a weird show, dude.
Having not watched this is so hard without context.
Foreshadowing again. I'm gonna talk about Prison School.
You should watch Prison School.
It's.
We should do a Prison School watch party.
I'm so down.
That is a generational.
We should.
I don't want to call it generational anything.
Maybe we won't foreshadow, but at some point,
It's the something
At
of
some
all
point,
time.
we should do a Prison School watch party and we can talk about it.
I'm down. Prison School's the anime of all time.
It's so funny.
All right. Do we want to get out
Let's
of?
get into One Piece.
Let's
Let's
get
get
into
away
One
from
Piece.
my.
Let's get into One
Let's get
Piece.
away from my nightmare.
We read chapters. I'm sorry, I wrote it down, but I forgot it.
It was
42 through 68.
42 through 68.
The Baratier arc. Before we get into this, I'd like to play a quick little game with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just showed off, because this was in the One Piece live action adaptation, they're doing a Lego set. So I'm going to show you the set, and I want you guys to guess how much it is. This is on Twitter. You can scroll. Do not tap, because it'll reveal the price.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess $2,699.
It's $2,000. $2,000. You've made the whole game dumb.
Is it...
It's $1 million. It's $1 million. Like, it's $1 million.
Everybody be quiet, I'm looking. Is it...
There's more pictures you can scroll.
Is it a... No, it's like... I can like scroll to the right, okay. It's like $999.
It's fucking 330.
Oh.
Really?
330 is a lot of money for
It
a Lego
is.
set. Alright guys, no.
It's not that much though. There's some wicked expensive Lego sets.
For something of that thing's tiny.
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
Oh, looking at the pictures, I thought it was
It's
like...
like this big.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's
I was
not,
expecting like.
it's not like the Millennium Falcon that's
That's
like this
what I
big.
was
You know, it's like
Yeah,
this
it
big.
looks pretty big
Okay.
in the pictures, so I thought it was like, not Millennium Falcon size, but I was like thinking about Lego World. I was like, I've seen some like $9.99 tags.
That's some freaking H, dude. You ruined my whole game.
Yeah,
bro.
I didn't know if it was supposed to be like a limited edition.
It's 3,402 pieces. It's not limited edition.
Oh.
You just
Oh,
buy it.
3,000. Okay,
Okay.
well, it's about
This makes a lot more sense.
10 cents a piece.
Yeah.
17 cents a piece right now or something.
You could count the pieces on the screen, bro.
I didn't like that hard. I looked at it
My
for 2
fault.
seconds.
My fault.
You see Usopp's gay ass.
Usopp.
Alright, Baratier.
Baratier.
This, I think, is the first really solid arc. It's
I-
not anything super special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than everything else so far.
Yeah, it's solid.
I think... Okay.
Definitely was like fine.
In my opinion, I think that this arc has one biggest thing. They introduce a lot of cool characters in it. Like Hawkeye is sick.
Mihawk.
I fuck
Mihawk?
With,
No one,
Hawkeye.
no one after this point ever calls him Hawkeye again.
Really? Okay, so it's
He-
Mihawk.
He's usually called Mihawk, sometimes Dracula Mihawk.
I was like, I'm sure he'll come back because
He's fucking awesome.
He's so
He's
cool.
the unadulterated swagger on that guy. He stole the whole arc for me. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
So far.
Even his name is awesome. Dracula Mihawk.
Dracula Mihawk. Like, that's dope. The new, like, chef character.
He is so cool. One of my notes just says Dracula Mihawk.
Dude, he's so sick.
He's awesome.
I can't. I was like, that's awesome, bro. Just this random character just drops in to be cool, and then
He's a
leaves.
badass. He's my
Then
favorite.
there's like the red shoes chef guy's pretty cool, especially in the flashback. It's really awesome.
Captain Zeph.
Yeah,
This is
Zeph.
I think this is the first good flashback too.
Yeah,
Yep.
like it's a really cool flashback. Like the new like chef character's really cool.
I really like that they give Sanji a reason to fight with just his legs.
Yep.
Like to
He's
protect
like-
his hands. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause he's a chef.
right. The main villain in this arc didn't care.
Don Krieg.
No.
Don Krieg didn't.
Low key, Mihawk's the main villain of this arc.
Mihawk is so much cooler. It's crazy because like there's like Don Krieg time where I'm like I don't care what I at all. Then like randomly Mihawk comes in, makes Don Krieg seem like a loser, and like is way cooler, and then he just fucks off and leaves, and then Zoro
He
is
doesn't even
like.
touch Don Krieg. He
He doesn't even
Zoro
he
just
just
leaves.
leaves. Zoro gets fucked. Nami's gone.
Yeah, Nami took all their shit and left.
Nami
Yeah.
just dipped, and now we're back to Don Krieg time, and it's like
not as fun.
you know, like I think that it's
Don-
unfortunate
yeah.
because they almost should have held off on Mihawk because Mihawk overshadows Don Krieg so bad.
It's like Mihawk left, and I just wanted Don Krieg to get shit whipped into the ocean, and we moved on with life. Like I was over him
Yeah.
immediately.
Don Krieg kind of sucks.
He was not.
He's just like
That
he's
great.
another comedically evil villain. Just awful. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Listen, most One Piece villains are comedically evil. They will be better written around that, but at the end of the day, it's a shonen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
but
will always kind of be Frieza,
I liked
but sometimes they got a little bit of Vegeta
Sometimes
writing.
they're a little.
I liked him more than the last two villains for sure.
Yeah, he's better, but he's still not good.
He's not great.
I
I think also his crew, like his second best, like Silver, like that Pearl guy,
Oh.
weird and strange, and then like the Gen guy.
His crew sucks.
His crew sucked. Like Gen
like
was
Jin.
so annoying.
Jin was okay.
He was
and-
okay, but it was annoying how much he flip flopped. I was like, bro, pick a side,
I
man.
guess. That's fair.
Eh,
I don't know. I like Jin.
He flipped a lot.
he didn't really flip though. He pretty clearly stated his
loyalty.
his feelings on the situation.
I guess, but like, oh my god, dude. I
That's
don't know.
the
Something
point,
about
he's
this was kind of
conflicted.
annoying. He's conflicted.
That's what it's about.
And then he got
I'll say
shot by.
I liked Jin.
You can say that.
This is a safe space.
Taking
You
the
can do that.
stance.
You can.
That dude was
It's
interesting.
not even that much of a stand.
Dude,
Nope.
I forgot how much I hated the early One Piece bit where Sanji calls everything crap all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
It was really annoying.
Yep.
I remember reading it the first time. I was like, "This is dumb and annoying. I hope he doesn't do it forever." And he doesn't.
That's good.
And I forgot about it. And we're back, and I'm like, "Damn."
Damn it.
Don't remember how long he does this
Also,
for.
the combat with Don Krieg was not that interesting, other than the fact that he used a Monster Hunter weapon like halfway through. So.
Yeah, Oda can't write fights yet.
Yeah, the fight was not great.
Yeah, it's kind of incoherent, and then it's just like, oh, he's getting his ass kicked, and then he stands up, and he gets his ass kicked, and then he stands up.
This
and he gets
is-
his ass kicked, and then he stands up, and then he gets.
This
his
is the
ass
first time that Luffy's actually faced like a
real
combat
enemy.
challenge.
Yeah, it's been a fight. For
Yeah.
the first
kicked. Yeah,
time.
Luffy doesn't just get donut walled in this fight.
Because like even against like Captain Kuro from last arc, he just destroyed him.
beat
Like
the shit out of
zero
Kuro.
effort, he took him down.
What was awesome though, dude, I love the part where Don Krieg puts like his fucking porcupine shit or whatever up,
That
and
was
Luffy
pretty
just
decent.
punches through it.
That was pretty cool.
And then he's like ripping the quills out
That
of
was pretty
himself.
metal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that fucks.
I was like, oh, I love Luffy so
And that's
much.
I
very
think that's
sick.
pretty. I'm
Luffy's
on board.
awesome.
Luffy like actually had a moment because
Luffy gained a lot of points in my book.
they
after
well
that.
because they actually gave him somebody that could like he could stand up with.
Yeah.
You know, even if the fight wasn't
Yeah, he
super
doesn't
well
just get locked in
written.
a cage and be like, fuck you.
But like they finally got to not. In fact, his arc was basically just Luffy. Like Zoro just
Yeah,
got like
Zoro got like the first half, and then Luffy got the second.
whomped
liked
by
it.
Mihawk.
I think it made sense because like typically I was like, why is Zoro just getting like flicked in the head and like you just don't see him? In this one, it made sense. I
Yeah,
feel like in a lot of the other previous fights, they just flick Zoro on the forehead and be like, fuck off.
Yeah, Zoro will actually fight more from now on and have like real fights.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's so sick when Mihawk just has like the tiny little toothpick.
It's pretty
He
metal.
fucks him up.
Dude,
It's
it's
sick.
so...
And then he's like, "Oh, I respect you. I'll pull up my fucking awesome cross sword."
yeah.
That sword has a name. I just can't remember.
I don't
it.
Dude.
know anything, but
Mihawk is such an awesome character. Like, he
He's
looks
dope.
amazing.
You'll be happy to hear he is extremely. If you couldn't guess, he's very important.
Duh, yeah.
He is.
Because I'm
so
sure
important.
Zoro's gonna go back to fight him or whatever, and it's like...
I'm sure in like 600 chapters or something. he
Longer.
comes back.
Way long. I'll give you a little spoiler. We're not there yet.
Okay, that makes
It's
sense.
way later.
This is not surprising.
Okay.
He seems like the final boss for Zoro.
I wrote down a couple notes about Mihawk that
Wasn't
I
he
thought
quite
were
literally
funny.
the final boss? Because Mihawk is the best swordsman as it stands.
Well, for Zoro, he's the final boss.
He might
yeah.
be the final boss for Zoro, but
Right.
not of One.
He's like the completion of
Right,
Zoro's
right.
part.
If you listen
Yeah.
to my words, you know that's what I said.
I heard it, but I had a feeling you didn't listen to your words, so I was trying to
you
reiterate
love
for
me.
you because I love you.
It's because he was talking over you.
I was
can't-
No, he loves me.
no,
I can't
I
hear
was
you through the
compressing the
barrier.
knowledge
He loves
for
me.
you. It was higher density knowledge for you. Okay, what's
I'm
your
on your
note, bro? What's your fucking
No, I
note?
don't even fucking care anymore, dude.
Good.
Let's talk about fucking Rent-A-Girlfriend.
It's not.
I said I kind of feel bad for Don Krieg a little bit because he went to he did his big journey to the Grand Line,
He did good.
and in his very first week he runs into Dracula Mihawk.
That's pretty unfortunate.
That is crazy.
He probably would have done fine.
He could have done okay if he didn't run into fucking Dracula Mihawk immediately.
Yeah.
My second bullet point is Mihawk is fucking jobless.
He is, isn't he?
Mihawk got bored, so he followed this random guy into the East Blue.
Yeah.
Nobody else is over here.
Just some jerk off.
Isn't the
zone.
East is East Blue basically like the level 1 starting zone?
Yeah, it's like the starter island World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's just some jerk off zone.
Yeah, and Mihawk fucking follows him out. Like, right, do you have nothing better to be doing?
No is the answer to that.
That's crazy.
And it's kind of, honestly, I fuck with it.
It's beast shit because he's bored, but like that is crazy to like follow. Like you're farming them, like you're level 100 farming a starter player. Like
yeah,
that's-
he's
awesome.
the level 100 mafia boss.
Yeah, it's awesome.
it's cool because he looks cool, but that would have been like more like
Yeah.
why the fuck would you do that if this was a loser?
Also, a classic note of us being in the East Blue is Zoro is still aura farming his name.
That is true.
Even
the two
Don
guys
Krieg
that
was
show
like
up.
the pirate hunter. I'm like, dude, you're the strongest guy in the East Blue apparently. Why do you fucking care?
Yeah,
And then he gets just trounced by Mihawk.
like Mihawk just destroys him. He's like, you're too weak.
My last bullet point is I just thought this was a funny line out of context. Sanji said, "I'll finish you with just my feet too."
Yep, that was a good. That was.
I thought that was really funny.
I took a screenshot of a specific image and I was like, oh my god, it's like foreshadowing from that dog shit.
I'll finish you with my feet.
Where did it? Hang on. I don't know how.
Please
I don't know how. I don't know how
help
phone
yourself,
works.
brother. We got room to get to work.
This arc's fine. Sanji is like, I'm 1,000 chapters past this. I still don't know how I feel about Sanji.
This specific.
You came all the way from Fishman Island to here.
I was like, oh my god, Fishman Island reference.
Only 600 more chapters till we go
Yeah,
back.
I
there.
just saw that and I was like, oh boy, I can't wait for the dog shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that get brought up now where I'm like, I forgot they bring that up so early. Like Fishman Island, I was like, oh my god.
It feels like we're starting to like actually gather some of the scope of how large this world is.
Yeah.
It picks up a lot once we get out of the East Blue.
This is unsurprising.
Once we get to the Grand Line, it's like, oh, there's a lot going on here.
It's, you know what else it's kind of like?
What's it like, Tyler?
It's kind of like World of Warcraft. You get out of the starter zone and it's
Whoa.
way better.
And the game like opens up.
It does really feel like
And it gets way better.
MMO-y. Like it does.
It's kind of an MMO.
The design of the world, it
I hate you guys. so
being
much
like
for
these
that.
like difficulty levels.
I
You gave up. You gave up in East Blue.
On WoW? Yeah, I'm not gonna be king of the
It's like if
pirates.
Luffy's like
I'm
if
gonna
Luffy.
go outside and climb.
No.
Yeah, bro. It's like if Luffy had to right click to move, he would have given up too.
I don't think you would.
I think you would have.
I think he might have.
No.
He's
You
gonna be
kept
king of
going.
the pirates, and you're freaking not, dude. You're fucking Don Krieg.
I'm not.
You're Don Krieg. Yeah.
I'm more like Buggy, honestly.
You're
I'm like a nothing burger.
You're Don Krieg. Kobe's Buggy. No, Kobe's the fat woman from
Aw.
first chapters.
That's true.
And I'm Dracula Mihawk.
You're not Dracula Mihawk. You don't get that.
I'm
You're the
Mihawk.
chef with a missing leg who is washed.
Zeph?
Yeah.
He's sick. Yeah.
I'll be Zeph. You got a big hat.
But
I
you're
like
washed.
The hat is so funny.
I can be washed if I have a giant hat.
Zeph in the back shot, the backstory was sick.
Dude, Zeph's back shots.
I had to say Zeph's
Zeph
back
was
shot.
such a beast, dude. He eats his own leg.
He is
like,
pretty awesome.
Frame 1.
I like him a lot.
Last 50 days because he's immediately eating his own leg is insane.
Sanji being a shithead kid.
Yep.
You'd think that if he's all about his legs, you'd think he would have cut off an arm.
You gotta cook with your arms.
Does he have the same logic as?
Yeah,
oh,
That's
okay.
where Sanji got it from.
Oh.
He's a swag jacker.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he fights with his leg, but he values his arms more.
Mm-hmm.
He needs those to cook.
He needs him to cook.
They're a chef's greatest treasure, except for the all blue.
He'd probably lose both of his legs before he lost an arm.
I low-key forgot about Sanji's all blue thing.
What is the all blue?
I don't fully remember. It's like a supposed ocean where certain types of delicious fish only live there, and there's countless of them.
Oh.
And it's a chef's dream to go there. It's sort of like a fairy tale, but it might be real because it's One Piece and everything's real.
Do the side characters? I feel like I've asked this before. Do the side characters appropriately scale up with Luffy?
It depends on who.
Do they get I'm sure Luffy's still the strongest, generally speaking,
You
but
mean
they're
side characters like the other crewmates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All of them get stronger.
Cool.
I like that we didn't see Usopp that much. That brought me joy.
This is a very Usopp-less arc.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
We don't need... Honestly, I realized how much I didn't really like Usopp that much
Then he wasn't there and you were happy.
in his absence. I was like, this is kind of fire without Usopp.
Yeah, kind
Usopp-
of the same revelation.
I didn't like Usopp for a long time. He does get better.
Mhm.
Every character gets better. Usopp gets way better. Not strength-wise necessarily, but just human-wise. He's low-key the GOAT.
Sure. I just right now he's kind of annoying, and
He's
his
so
gimmick
annoying.
of just I can aim really good is kind of
I
boring.
can aim good.
I can aim so
I can
good.
aim good, but I rarely ever do it. And this arc, I'm gonna fuck off.
Which was his best decision he's ever made.
It was a pretty... I don't remember where he went. Did he go to track Nami down?
I think so. Yeah, he didn't want to
I
fight,
honestly
and
don't
he's not a
remember.
frontliner, and then
He just kind of leaves. I figured we have to go get Nami now because she's just gone.
she dipped the fuck
That's where we're
out.
going next.
Did she? I guess I wasn't reading that closely. Did she take their ship, the Caravel? Okay.
Yeah, he
That
took
was
it.
right.
She took the Going Merry or whatever the hell.
Because I remember she got on a ship with the two guys. I couldn't tell which ship they were on though. I wasn't paying attention.
She
that
took it
closely,
all,
to be
bro.
honest, so.
She fucked them over.
Yeah.
You know what?
Kind of the dick move to be like, a lady's changing, and then shove them overboard.
That's the point.
That was a big move.
Dude, fucking Juice WRLD is right, bro.
She-
All girls are the same.
I was just gonna say, kind of the beast move from Nami.
They always
honestly.
push me overboard.
And we got, I'm sure.
Well, I'm trying to peek at them
so we
changing
gotta-
on my ship.
We got a glimpse of Nami's reasoning behind why she does what she does.
Yeah.
Cool.
And now we gotta go get her.
That makes
Brati's
sense.
solid. There's a lot to be desired with Don Krieg. He sucks.
I'm glad he's gone. I'm sure he doesn't come back.
I don't think he does.
Oh,
Thank God he's not interesting.
No, no.
It's funny that it's a pirate Iron Man in a way
Kind of.
with a Monster Hunter Charge Blade, but I don't.
They'll do that
Okay.
concept better later.
Okay, well I'm down
They'll
to do it
every
better.
concept better later.
That's good. Yeah, he was not super interesting at all.
Nope. There's some. Oh my god, dude. There's some unbelievable revelations about characters we've already met that I can't say yet. I wish I could because they're so funny.
They're so funny.
It's
Okay.
so funny. But I can't because it's One Piece. Yes.
One Piece.
We're about 800 chapters away from that revelation, so.
Also, the
Closing
poison cannonball was a little annoying because it was the fake out of not the poison cannonball because it's too strong because it'll level a whole village. He shoots it. It hits one guy, and that guy lives and stands up moments later.
Yeah, and carries him out.
Yeah.
The poison was kind of a meme.
The poison was weird.
I love
just-
war crimes.
It lives in the same place in my head as it did for Oda because it was gone in about a panel.
Yeah.
So that's
Also,
how I view it, and that's my opinions on it.
Also, at the end of one of the chapters, there's a Q&A with Oda, and one of the questions is, if Luffy can stretch his body, does that mean that he can stretch all parts of his body? And then Oda says, yes, he can stretch all parts of his body.
That gets brought up later.
They're talking about his cock.
That gets brought up later.
Really? It's a story thing that he can stretch his
It's not
cock?
like a major. It's like one page.
Okay.
But I'm saying like that's not only is that in the Q&A, that's canon.
He can canonically stretch his cock.
I was sort of hoping he'd like dick punch someone.
He does not do that.
That would be so
Does he
funny.
fuck crazy style?
No, Luffy is probably asexual.
No.
I think he's an asexual.
Luffy
being.
is fucking busy, bro. He's trying to be king of the... See, you're not king of the pirates because you're thinking about this.
My bad, you're right.
You'll never make it.
I don't have the grind set.
You're never going to make it there.
I would have been doing funny things with my stretchy cock, and he's out here becoming the king of the pirates.
He's wasting his time.
Oh, I've been doing funny things with my stretchy cock.
Yeah, bro. I would have been going gum cock mode. He's not at all.
You don't got to say that.
My bad.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
My apologies.
All right.
All
Maybe
right.
sitting in the middle is what makes you say weird shit.
Oh, my turn next.
You better have some weird shit.
I'm
to
so
say.
excited. I feel like I'm always weird.
The middle
I
is
feel
kind
like-
of scary.
I feel like Kobe and I have had the real strange said so far, so I won't be here, so you'll have some breathing room to hit some heaters.
That's actually so sad. You're not going to be here for the best arc so far and for a while.
Damn.
You'll be able to give us the
I'll send you the Illo or the not the Illo report.
power report.
We'll
We'll read off.
I'm gonna marry you. And it's
Should
become
we
the
should we
Illo
try to
report.
watch an anime for
the Gribbler report?
in his place so we can talk about an anime?
No, I won't force you to
Well,
that.
I'll go with his answer because I like that answer more.
I won't
Okay.
subject you to this. It's okay.
I'll try to think about an anime that I can bring up in your honor.
Okay.
All right, next week we're reading 27 more chapters. Arlong Park. It's what's that mean? Cinema.
Cinema. Okay.
It's so good. I love Arlong Park.
If you do want to bring up an anime, you know what you should bring up is My Girlfriend is a Gal.
I just thought of that one in my head and I realized I'd have to rewatch it.
I
I
have
remember
not watched
one
it.
singular screenshot from that show. That is all I have.
I watched the first few episodes
What
and I
is the
didn't like it. I
screenshot?
think I grew beyond it.
They're like I think they're on a bridge looking out at the water.
I don't remember.
It's
that.
like
We
at
should
night.
watch Gamers.
I have really strange.
We gotta
screenshots.
save Gamers because he has to watch Gamers.
Have you watched Gamers before?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's on my now.
According to some.
I
There's
hate
a
it.
lot of shows that I've watched that aren't on my now, so I'm convinced I've watched it.
We gotta find something.
There's a lot of shows that aren't on my mouth because I haven't watched them.
I believe that. You don't watch anime anymore.
I'm retired.
You fell
we
off.
should stop talking. This is going nowhere.
Yeah, alright. Anyway, that has been the Slop review.
That's the Slop review.
Ah,
That's it.
and that's it.
Slop Tua.